Alright, let's try this one last time. How you going? I've tried to do this update so many times. Every time I either just don't get around to editing it and it gets old, or something happens with the camera, something doesn't record. Anyway, thought I'd give just a quick update and say I'm still around, I'm still alive, not dead. So I haven't uploaded for what? It must be months now. It's been at least 2 or 3 months, if not more. I actually can't remember, it's been that long. But I wish I had some amazing reason why. I wish I had some amazing story to tell. But I don't. Nothing amazing at all. Just plain old boring doing this every day. The main reason was that we moved house, and as nice as that was, it kind of stole almost all of my time, and so I just haven't gotten back into the rhythm, back into the process. Yeah, so then any spare moment I've had, I've just sort of just needed to relax. You know, I needed that spare time just to sit down and watch a movie or something and just actually relax for 5 seconds. But now things are settling down, so I think I'll have time again to start uploading, hopefully. Seriously, guys. It's not hard. If it's red, don't go. It's pretty simple. Do you ever find that when people are in groups as pedestrians, they just do shit that they wouldn't do as an individual? So, what's been happening in the last couple of months? Well, it's gotten cold. It's winter. Sydney drivers are still useless. That's a broad, heavily loaded statement, isn't it? Come on, guys, it's not actually 8 o'clock yet. I've certainly noticed that the anxiety in traffic has gone up in the last 6 months. Yeah, there's a couple of telltale signs. You know, one is people getting through lights. They really push it these days to get through the lights. Yeah, almost every time in peak hour that you come to an intersection, someone's blocking the intersection. Almost every time. And that's because people are just so desperate to get through the intersection because they're stuck there for so long. And why are they stuck there for so long? Because no one moves when the lights turn green. Cars just seem to sit there forever. And most of the time, it's because you got half a dozen people at every set of lights that are distracted by their mobile phone. And so when the lights turn green, they don't go anywhere. They just sit there. And if you stop and think about that, you got at least a few cars at every intersection not moving. That'll probably add up to half a dozen to a dozen cars that don't get through the intersection that probably ordinarily would have, because those couple of cars have held up every car behind them. And a lot of lights are triggered these days that if a car doesn't go through within a period of time, that they then trigger it to turn red. So you think about that for every single set of lights, that many cars are then not getting through, how much that slows down the traffic. It's going to slow it down by a significant amount. Goddamn B-doubles in the right lane. Seriously. Yeah, that's the thing. Truck drivers will go, oh, well, I'm going just as fast as everyone else, so I've got just as much reason to be in the right lane. I'm not holding anyone up. I don't stop to think about how many cars there are sitting there waiting behind them that can't get past. There's probably one person who's too scared to go past the truck. Stop playing with your... Always the small cars. Don't be a fun. Quick little tangent, a little rant. It's been 3 years since it's been legalised in New South Wales, in Sydney. It is no longer an excuse for people to say, oh, I didn't know you could do that. So if you don't give space for motorbikes to filter in peak hour traffic, in 2-lane roads where bikes filter every day, all the time, then you're being ignorant and you're being a bit of a dick. I have a lot less sympathy now for people who go, oh, you're not allowed to do that. Well, I didn't know you could do that. Well, you know what? 3 years is enough time for you to know what is allowed and what is not allowed. And if you haven't bothered to look up any of the road rules since then, even seen any of the videos and images and everything else that's been produced by RMS and so on, then you're being extremely ignorant. I'm always amazed how driving is something that people put so little effort into. It's something they do every day and that is so freaking dangerous. They put almost no effort into it. And you think about it, a lot of people just get in their car and do their thing. You know, it's just about getting from A to B and that is it. Yeah, I choose to do something that's probably a little more interesting. It's more cost effective, it's more efficient, it's more environmentally friendly. It's you know, and you just choose to do your thing, your day-to-day thing. Hey, there's 2 Porsches sitting there. How often do you see 2 Porsches sitting in an intersection? Anyway, I get distracted. I can't remember where I was going with that. Yeah, and then other people choose the default option, and that's fine. You can choose the default option. I think it's crazy. You don't need to put any additional effort into it. They don't need to know how to drive properly because the car will do it for them. Yeah, they don't understand the risks. You know, how long it takes to brake your car from 60 kilometers an hour to a full stop. You know, they don't understand any of that because they don't need to. They're never going to be exposed to that requirement until it's an emergency and they have to. I guarantee that there's people in the world, look at this Nissan, you know, can't just sit behind the VW. It was still a school zone. The VW was doing the 40 kilometers an hour for the school zone. People are so freaking impatient these days. Like again, you know, about that anxiety, it just seems as though people have zero patience. They can't just wait behind another car. They gotta get past that car, gotta get past that car, quick, and then get past that one, and then get past the next one. Like, it's just fucking relax. Chill out. You know, one thing I've never really understood is all these people. I guarantee that if any of these impatient assholes, you pulled them up and said, what's the rush? Oh, I'm late for work. Well, why don't you just leave earlier? If you're going to do it every day, and you're going to be impatient every day and go, oh my God, I'm late for work, well, leave half an hour earlier. You know, get up a little bit earlier. Go to bed a little bit earlier. The average time that people go to bed these days is around midnight. It's like, well, don't go to bed at midnight, go to bed at 10, yeah? And then get up an hour earlier, get some shit done, and get off to work half an hour early, and then enjoy the peaceful traffic. Like, people make these weird decisions. People don't like to admit that these are choices that they've made. They like to blame it on something else like traffic. They never stop to, oh, you fuckwit. Of course, that's what, well, yeah, just as I say that, they like to blame it on traffic. Well, I would blame it on that guy. But, you know what I'm talking about, though. You know what I mean? Like, they go, oh my God, the traffic was so bad, that's why I'm late for work. No, you're late for work because you left too late. Reduce the risk, reduce the anxiety by leaving earlier. Yeah, if you get to work 15 minutes early, half an hour early, go and enjoy a coffee and relax for 5 minutes, yeah? Don't understand it. It's one of those things where people just have to admit to themselves that once they've left the driveway, their designated arrival time is set. You know, you're done. You can maybe increase it by 1 or 2 minutes, but that is it. Like, you have set your destination ETA. If you watch Google Maps, the ETA only ever moves by a couple of minutes. So any amount of rushing and craziness is just wasted energy. That just transfers that stress onto everyone else. So everyone gets to work all pissed off. Anyway, that was a bit of a tangent, wasn't it? Someone did make a comment the other day that they were missing my rants. Well, there you go. There's one for you. What else is new? Nothing, I think. I hit 20,000 Ks on this thing. 22,555 as it stands right now. 20,000 Ks later. Is this still the right bike that I bought? Fuck yeah! Wouldn't trade it for anything else. Seriously. If someone came to me and said, "Oh, here's a Panigale. Do you want us to do a swap?" Nah. That's in that scenario where you're not allowed to sell it. Like, if I could sell it, then I'd go yeah, and then I'd sell it and buy 2 MT-09s. Yeah, one for commuting and one for a weekend. So apart from that, I do have a few videos up my sleeve. I am working on the exhaust one, and when I say that, working on it means I haven't done a thing. But I have recorded it. I had this idea of what I wanted it to be, and I'm just finding I haven't got the shots that I need in order to make it what I want it to be. You know, I need drone shots. I need, you know, I want to get some shots just out of the car, as in someone riding along. Alright, this GoPro is giving me the shits. It's 3 days in a row that it's just stopped for no reason. Dear GoPro, I'm pissed off. Here's why.